Kilo Echo 8 Golf Alpha, KE8GA.
Roger, Roger, GA. And what's the name there?
The name is George. I had to think for a minute what it was. George.
I have that problem myself. And George, whereabouts are you located, sir?
I'm in North Carolina. It's about 10 miles southeast of Asheville, in the western part of the state. And what is your name, over?
Name here is Jim, Juliet India Mike. KC9VKV. We are in progress on the Qso-Vlog net, where we assist people with their transmitter setups. Roger.
Okay, well, I just got a new microphone for the SM, the ICOM 7300. It's a SM-30. And I noticed on the bottom it's got a switch and it's got a mic gain control. I just wonder, should I bother using those things at all, or just leave them alone?
Oh gosh, I'm looking at your signal now. It's just beautiful. But let me see if I can find a better copy. If you would, why don't you give me about 10 seconds and tell me about your antenna system, and I'll look for a better path for us, Roger.
Okay, I'm using a sloper. Better path for us, Roger. Okay, I'm using a sloper, 160, 80, and 4 meter with a top head capacity, with a top load on it. It's up about optical and antenna. It's optical and antenna. It's probably 3, maybe 6 feet. Not quite that. Maybe 4 feet from the beam. It's on the beam that I don't use. They haven't used it in a long time. And I've been moving back out here. Moving back out here, I went through divorce, and a lot of the equipment was taken apart and dropped in a big corner, and I'm getting everything back running again.
Roger, Roger, George. Well, what radio is that you're running?
Roger, Roger, George. Well, what radio is that you're running? I'm using an ICOM 7300, and it's probably only about 50 watts right now.
Now, why would you run a 7300 with 50 watts?
Now, why would you run a 7300 with 50 watts? I don't know. If I'm running, that's what it's set at right now. What would you run it at, 100?
Yes, sir. That radio is designed to run at 100 watts. I would run it just that way, unless I was conducting some kind of a test or experiment or something. But normal operation, I would run that radio 73 at 100 watts, Roger.
73 at 100 watts, Roger. Okay, I just turned it up to 100. Does that make a difference?
Oh, yes, sir. You punched on up there 3 dB, plus 3 dB over your other signal initially, and so you're very articulated. Your audio is nice, but, you know, you would have to be in sad shape for 7300 and not to sound great. And you do sound great, and I think you'll like the recording. I wouldn't suggest anything, sir. It just sounds beautiful to me.
I wouldn't suggest anything, sir. It just sounds beautiful to me. Okay, I wonder. It's got when I adjusted the RF power, it's got a mic gain. I've got it at 36% for mic gain, and the compression probably about the same thing. It's set on 4 for compression. Can I just leave it alone?
Roger. Now, normally we suggest a 3. Normally we suggest a 3 on that compressor, a 3 on the compressor, and then move to your and be sure that you're in that wide transmit band transmit band pass 100 to 2900. Roger. That's the called wide, and that's the transmit bandwidth that you want to be in, 100 to 2900.
The transmit bandwidth that you want to be in, 100 to 2900. 100, 2900. I don't need it. How the heck do I get to that?
It's in settings, audio, sideband, transmit, in that area. It pops up in that area. But you can consult your book. It's not a major thing, but it is on the standpoint of you want to maximize the capabilities of that transmitter. And when you run in less than 100 to 2900, you're chopping off the top end of your audio capabilities. So you want to try to be sure and run that 7300 in the 100 to 2900 transmit bandwidth. Roger?
In the 100 to 2900 transmit bandwidth. Roger?
Okay, I'll do that. But I'll do one thing. I'm going to turn the switches on off right now. I'm going to turn the cutoff switch to on. See if it makes any difference. Okay, it's on now. Is there any difference at all?
Sounds like it might be a little heavier on the bottom end. I liked it the way it was, though, sir. I liked everything about it just the way like it was.
I liked it the way it was, though, sir. I liked everything about it just the way like it was.
Okay, I'll leave it alone. That was my question. This is, I don't know why I didn't like the hand mic with the radio. I guess that they say that it's a good hand mic, and it's developed for the radio, but I wanted a desk mic. So that's why I got this ICOM 7, this SM30. I just got it today from DX Engineering. So it's nice and it's easy to use on my desk, and that's why I got it. So hey, thanks a lot. I don't have your call. I got the name Jim, but as I said, my call is Kilo Echo 8 Golf Alpha. And what exactly is your call?
Roger, Kilo Charlie 9 Victor Kilo Victor. That's Kilo Charlie 9 Victor Kilo Victor. We are recording, have been recording, and so I'll have this loaded up to YouTube by noon tomorrow. If you want to hear your radio, if you go to YouTube and do a call letter search for KC9VKV followed by the word logbook, we'll bring up this recording. It'll be cut number 1 in a series of 2900, and I'll have it uploaded by noon tomorrow. Roger?
Series of 2900, and I'll have it uploaded by noon tomorrow. Roger?
I'll do that. Hey, thanks a lot. That's really nice. I didn't know you can do those kind of things, and I'm just fooling around with the radio, and maybe I'll get the book out and start to read it. I have started to a little bit, but I learn more by screwing around and doing it just by adjusting the things. So I just got myself a Zygu, I guess it is, a QRP radio. I'm just starting to fool around with that. QRP is kind of fun, and it's the instructions in that book, in that thing, are terrible. At least it's, I don't know, it's written in Chinese and it's translated to English, but it's a neat little radio. I have that up in the house. It's not out here in the shop. It's up in the house, and I'm using a sloper on that too. Basically, this is from 160. I get on 160. With a 7300 that's up in the house at 4 in the morning. So let's see, 1875. That's the frequency I get out at 4 o'clock in the morning. So Jim, I'm going to let you get back. Help somebody else. You help me. I'm going to leave that switch alone and not fool around with it. So thanks a lot. And I'll run the thing at 100 watts from now on.
Yes, sir. I think you'd be doing yourself proud to do that 100 watts. And also, there's one thing about those two radios. You might want to be sure that the antenna is off on the radio that you're not using. Sometimes you have RF conflicts, and sometimes the RF from your transmitter gets in the receive part of your other radio, and you don't want that. So just disconnect the antenna of the radio that you're not using. Roger?
Just disconnect the antenna of the radio that you're not using. Roger?
Oh, I do disconnect it. That's up at the house. And I wonder, I just put a couple of surge protectors on there, and then grounded them to a separate ground. Are those things really worth it? And will they protect me? Do I still have to disconnect my antennas during thunderstorms?
Yes, sir. Some folks take their antenna connector and put it inside a bottle So if there is any lightning, there is no place for the lightning to get out of the bottle, Roger.
For the lightning to get out of the bottle, Roger.
Okay, well, I've been a ham I've used basically, this is a new radio. I've been using a TR7 for a long time. I use it on Mars up in Michigan. And so I like the TR7. It's a great one. And I've had to have them worked on and taken care of. But I used a guy, John Baker, in Tennessee to work on the radio. I used to use somebody up in Ohio to work on the radio, but he retired, and I retired. So right now I use the TR7 when I want to, basically on Sundays, I use the TR7 to listen to Marco's Radio Net. And I'm pretty happy with that radio. But this radio has got so many other features that I'm slowly learning about them.
Ah, yes, sir. Yes, sir. The thing about the 7300 is you'll never have to play touch-up like you do with the TR7. The TR7, on those higher frequencies, higher bands, you're constantly having to adjust frequency because they tend to wander a little bit. But that 7300 is just like a concrete block, Roger.
That 7300 is just like a concrete block, Roger.
I noticed that already. I turn my radio on, let it warm up the TR7 for 10 minutes, and then I will adjust to the frequency that I want. So I notice it likes to wander. But this 7300, it doesn't wander at all. Hey, thanks a lot. I'll let you get, somebody else has got to want to get in there too. So thanks for your time, and thanks a lot. I'll probably get back in touch with you later on once I learn more about the radio.
Roger, George. We'll just work that microphone the same way that you're working it now. It's just beautiful the way you're working it now. I wouldn't change any aspect of that. Just your proximity to microphone, your volume to microphone, everything is just choice. I'd keep it just like that. 73, George. You have a great afternoon, beautiful weekend. This is the Friday afternoon Qso-Vlog net. If you have a radio you want to check out, give me a shout.